Woman's harsh words to black soldier on flight haunt her after shocking news. The wind roared through Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, hinting at winter's approach. Inside, the terminal buzzed with life. Families wrestled with suitcases and kids. Business travelers gripped their phones tightly. Flight announcements echoed overhead. Among the crowd stood Clara Bennett, a woman who radiated confidence. Dressed in a sharp gray blazer and polished heels, she looked in control. Her auburn hair was neatly tied in a ponytail, framing her piercing blue eyes. Those eyes scanned the crowd with a mix of impatience and quiet judgment. Clara had no patience for chaos, and the busy airport tested her. When the call for first-class boarding came, she sighed in relief. Straightening her jacket, she strode toward the gate. Her heels clicked on the shiny floor. As she passed the packed economy line, she glanced at the tired faces and messy bags. This is why I work so hard, she thought, to avoid that. Inside the plane, the first-class cabin felt like a haven. Wide leather seats and a peaceful vibe welcomed her. Clara settled into seat 4A, stowing her sleek handbag and laptop case above. She leaned back, opening her emails, ready to relax. This was her space, earned through years of hard work. Her calm was broken when a tall black man in a military uniform entered. His name tag read, James Carter. He moved with quiet strength, his broad shoulders straight. Clara's eyes lingered on him longer than she meant. Her mind raced with questions. A military discount? An upgrade? A publicity stunt by the airline? She glanced at his uniform again, her thoughts darkening. Of course, he gets all the praise, she thought, unease stirring inside. It wasn't just his uniform that bothered her, it was his skin color. As James approached, Clara tensed. When he stopped at 4B, her seatmate, she froze. Excuse me, ma'am, James said politely, pointing to his seat. Clara forced a tight smile, shifting her legs. Of course, she muttered, her voice sharp. As he sat, she turned to her phone, trying to focus. But her thoughts spiraled. First class? Really? How does someone like him afford this? She didn't question what someone like him meant. The thought felt natural, unnoticed. Clara glanced at him again. His uniform was crisp, his boots gleaming. He had a calm strength that annoyed her, though she couldn't say why. Her jaw tightened as a flight attendant approached with drinks. Anything for you, Sergeant? The attendant asked warmly. And thank you for your service. James smiled politely. Just water, thank you. Clara's grip on her phone tightened. She watched, irritation growing. Of course, special treatment, she thought. Everyone fawns over the uniform. When the attendant turned to Clara, her smile faded slightly. And for you, ma'am? Just water, Clara snapped, barely looking up. She tilted her phone to show her inbox, full of important emails. A subtle flex of her status. As the plane taxied, the cabin grew quiet. Clara tried to work, but James's presence gnawed at her. She stole glances, her mind swirling with judgments. Does he even belong here? She wondered. She knew the thought was wrong, but it rooted itself anyway. The plane soared into the clouds, leaving Seattle behind. In first class, the only sound was the soft clink of glasses. Clara put in her earbuds, trying to drown out her thoughts. But she couldn't ignore James. Out of the corner of her eye, she saw him pull a photo from his pocket. It showed a young girl, about 8, with a bright smile. She wore a basketball uniform, her hair in a colorful scrunchie. The photo sparked irritation in Clara for no clear reason. Cute kid, she said flatly, her tone cold. James looked at her, offering a kind smile. Thanks, that's my daughter, Lily. Clara raised an eyebrow, Flying to see her? She asked, sounding bored. No, ma'am, James replied. She's in a hospital in Chicago. Clara stiffened. A hospital story, she thought, holding back an eye roll. That must be tough, she said, her voice clipped. James's face softened, but his eyes held strength. It is, he said simply, but Lily's tough, tougher than most people I know. Clara nodded curtly, turning back to her phone. The conversation was done, she told herself. But James's calm unnerved her. Her thoughts spun. Why is he in first class? Does he deserve it? Guilt flickered, but she buried it. It's not about race, she told herself, though she knew that wasn't true. It's about earning your place. The flight attendant returned with lunch options, chicken or pasta. Clara chose chicken with a glass of white wine. James stuck with water, declining alcohol. The attendant smiled at him. Thank you for your service, Sergeant. Let us know if you need anything. Clara's irritation flared. She couldn't hold back. Don't you ever get tired of people fussing over you just for wearing that uniform? She asked. Her voice sharp. James's brow furrowed, but he stayed calm. I don't ask for it, he said evenly. Clara crossed her arms. Really? Because it sure seems like everyone bends over backward for you. James turned to face her, his voice steady but firm. Ma'am, I've served this country for years, missing time with my family, risking my life. If people want to say thank you, that's their choice, but I'm not here for handouts. His words hit Clara hard. For a moment, she didn't know what to say. She glanced at Lily's photo, discomfort twisting inside. But instead of backing down, she doubled down. Must be nice to get bumped to first class, she muttered, loud enough for him to hear. James's jaw tightened, but he didn't respond. His silence stung more than words could. Clara felt a spark of shame but pushed it away. I'm just being honest, she told herself. Not every soldier deserves special treatment. When the plane landed at Chicago O'Hare, Clara was quick to unbuckle. She grabbed her bags, eager to escape James. She avoided his gaze as she stepped into the aisle, heels clicking. In the terminal, she felt relief. Back to reality, she thought. But as she headed to baggage claim, she overheard James on the phone. Yes, Ms. Thompson, he said urgently, I'll be at the hospital soon. His words echoed in her mind, unsettling her. She tried to shake it off. Not my problem, she told herself. She checked her watch and hurried off, thinking about her upcoming meetings. That night, in her plush hotel room, Clara scrolled through her phone. She skimmed news articles to unwind. A headline caught her eye. Local Army sergeant's daughter battles for life. Community steps up. Curiosity piqued, she clicked. The story was about Sergeant James Carter. He'd taken emergency leave to be with his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. Lily had a rare heart condition and needed urgent surgery. The military's insurance didn't cover the full cost. Clara's stomach churned as she read. The article showed a photo of Lily in a hospital bed. Her bright smile was gone, replaced by exhaustion. Tubes and wires surrounded her small body. James's hand rested gently on hers. Words like insurance shortfall and experimental surgery hit Clara like punches. Her mind flashed to the plane. Her cruel words. Her assumptions about James not belonging. Her irritation at the respect he received. Shame washed over her, stealing her breath. Clara stared at her phone, her chest tight. She didn't want to face it, but the truth was clear. She'd been wrong, horribly, painfully wrong. Clara sat frozen on the hotel bed. Lily's tired face haunted her. The article's words swirled, life-threatening illness, fundraiser, hope. She clicked the fundraiser link. The goal was $120. They'd raised just $35. Her heart raced. This can't be real, she thought, fighting the guilt crushing her. But she couldn't escape her own words on the plane. She judged James as unworthy, mocked his sacrifices. All while he was rushing to his dying daughter. Clara set her phone down, rubbing her eyes. I can't just do nothing, she thought. She reopened the fundraiser. Her finger hovered over the donation button. She typed $8, a big sum, but one she could manage. She hit submit, watching the confirmation appear. Her name showed as the latest donor. Relief hit her briefly. She'd helped. But the feeling faded fast. Money doesn't undo what I said, she thought. The guilt stayed, heavy and tight. The next morning, Clara woke early. She barely slept, her mind on Lily. After coffee, she left a note for her work team. Personal matters, she wrote, skipping details. Using the fundraiser's address, she drove a rental car to Chicago Children's Hospital. The hospital was bright, with colorful murals and cheerful signs. But Clara felt uneasy. She approached the front desk, nervous. I'm here to see Lily Carter, she said, her voice shaky. The receptionist looked up. Family? Clara paused. No, a friend, she said awkwardly. The words felt empty. The receptionist hesitated but gave directions to the pediatric ICU. In the hallways, the smell of antiseptic and beeping monitors overwhelmed Clara. Her chest tightened as she neared room 412. Through the window, she saw James by a small bed. His posture was stiff, his face tense. Lily lay surrounded by machines, looking tiny under blankets. An oxygen tube was taped under her nose. Monitors beeped steadily. Clara knocked softly. James turned, surprised. Miss Bennett? He said, confused. Didn't expect you here. Clara stepped inside, palms sweaty. I saw the news about Lily, she stammered. I wanted to check on her, and you. James studied her, his expression guarded. I appreciate that, he said slowly, but why are you really here? Clara swallowed hard. I need to apologize, she said, her voice breaking. For how I acted on the plane. I said things, thought things, that were wrong. She glanced at Lily. I didn't know what you were going through. James's face softened, but he stayed cautious. You were pretty cold, he said quietly. It hurt to feel like I didn't belong. Clara's throat tightened. I know, she whispered. I'm ashamed. I donated to the fundraiser. But it's not enough. I want to help more. James looked at her for a long moment, then nodded. Lily's been through so much, he said, his voice heavy. This surgery is her best chance. It's why I'm here, fighting for her. Clara nodded, her heart aching as she looked at Lily. She's strong, she said softly, like her dad. Over the next few days, Clara got pulled into Lily's world. Despite her packed work schedule, she visited the hospital. She brought gifts for Lily, a puzzle book, a stuffed bunny, a fairy tale collection. At first, Lily was shy. But soon, she warmed up. You're fun, Lily said one day, giggling at Clara's story about a childhood prank. I like when you visit. Clara smiled, a warmth spreading in her chest. I like being here, she admitted. James watched, his trust growing slowly. He began to see Clara's sincerity. She helped with hospital paperwork, using her skills to untangle insurance issues. One day, in the waiting room, James spoke up. I don't know why you're doing this, he said, but I'm thankful. Clara looked at him, honest. I care, she said, and I was wrong about you, about a lot. James nodded, his tension easing. "Thank you," he said. "It means more than you know." The day of Lily's surgery loomed like a storm. Clara skipped breakfast, driving early to the hospital. The halls were quiet, the staff focused. James was in the waiting room, hands clasped tightly. He looked exhausted when he saw her. "Morning," he said, voice low. "Morning," Clara replied, sitting beside him. She touched his arm briefly, unsure if it was okay. "How's Lily?" "She's scared," James admitted, "but she's hiding it. She doesn't want me to worry." His voice broke, and he looked away. "I told her she doesn't have to be brave all the time. But that's just her." Clara's throat tightened. "She gets that from you," she said softly. James didn't answer, but his shoulders relaxed. A nurse appeared, motioning to James. "We're ready to take her in. Mr. Carter, you can say goodbye." James stood, his movements heavy. Clara followed to the surgical ward. Lily lay in a bed, clutching the bunny Clara gave her. Her eyes lit up when she saw them. "Miss Clara," she said weakly. Clara smiled, her heart heavy. "Hey, brave girl," she said, "you've got this." Lily nodded, gripping her bunny tighter. James leaned down, kissing her forehead. "I'll be right here, Lily," he whispered. "I love you." "I love you too, Daddy," Lily said, her voice small. The nurses wheeled her away, and Clara watched James's face crumple. She placed a hand on his shoulder. "She's strong," she said. "She'll make it." James nodded, but his eyes were wet. They sat in the waiting room for hours. The clock ticked slowly. Clara stayed, bringing coffee, saying little. Her presence was enough. Finally, the surgeon emerged. "Surgery went well," he said. "Lily's stable. She's a fighter." James exhaled, tears falling. "Thank you," he said, voice breaking. Clara felt relief flood her. She hugged James, surprising them both. "She did it," she whispered. James nodded, pulling back. "Thanks for being here," he said. Clara smiled faintly. "I wouldn't be anywhere else." In the days that followed, Lily grew stronger. Clara visited often, bringing small gifts and stories. Lily's laugh returned, brighter each day. James and Clara grew closer, bonded by the ordeal. One afternoon, as Lily napped, James spoke. "You've changed," he said. "The woman on the plane, she's not here anymore." Clara looked down, thoughtful. "I was wrong," she said, "about you, about a lot. Lily taught me what matters." James smiled, a real one. "She does that," he said. Clara left Chicago changed. Her success still mattered, but it wasn't everything. She kept in touch with James and Lily, sending cards and calling. The guilt never fully left, but it pushed her to be better. To listen. To see people for who they were, not what she assumed. Lily's strength, and James's, stayed with her, a reminder of her mistake. And the chance to make it right.